Alright, and we are back with Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Let's see, I'm just going through Illusionera and doing what I can. Should probably have to go for a long rest before I finish up this quest line though. Alright. Now, what was the last thing I was trying to do? Find Zephyrian? Sounds about right. Was there anything else I was supposed to do? Corpses, just rulers. Oh right, I'm supposed to go back to the Rapture of Rupture. And deal with Red Mask. Okay. No, let's go deal with Red Mask. Alright, here we go. Chimera Gust. Save. Remember, right, the Red Mask is over here. Yep, there she is. Right. The woman in the red mask grimly examines a cloudy glass and its equally cloudy contents. She doesn't seem to notice you, but when the silence drags on, she grinds out, "Get lost, I'm not looking for drinking companions." Who are you? Sneering, the masked woman hisses through clenched teeth. "It's none of your business. I am Red Mask, and that should be enough for you." "Why did you send assassins after Latverk?" The woman smiles bitterly and removes her mask, revealing the unmistakable features of an Aasimar. But what once was surely a beautiful face has been disfigured by terrible scars. Someone must have flayed her, carving away even entire portions of her skin. That wretch deserves the worst death imaginable. When the demons abducted and enslaved me, Latverk bought me and my fellow captives. I thought myself saved, but I was wrong. The worst was yet to come. The things he did to us, I cannot describe them. He destroyed our bodies and our souls. His sick mind is full of filthy, perverse desires, and he acted them out on us. Oh, greetings, Atrocious. I'm glad you could make it. safety. It was a miracle I managed to escape. I could have left the abyss, but it feels as if Latverk has sown the seeds of his madness in my soul. I refuse to spread his sickness to other places, happier places. Let his evil perish here, in the abyss, utterly and without a trace. The hand's voice trembles with barely concealed anger. She does not lie. Her heart aches with a desire for retribution. Latverk is a liar and a traitor, and he must answer for his misdeeds. Champion, we must go back and see that he faces justice for his crimes. Seela looked at Red Mask with confusion. Curse that wretch. I should have sensed the evil within him. An Aasimar, a child of light. How could he have done such monstrous things? Red Mask seems to soften slightly in the face of Seela's distress. It's not surprising you didn't sense the rot in his heart. Latverk has learned how to conceal his true nature. None of us suspected him either, even though some of my companions in misfortune were skilled at sensing evil in its many forms. Ember's eyes fill with tears. It's terrible. What did he do to you? The woman flashes a cynical grin. Am I not pretty enough for you? Are you afraid? Yes, I'll never be called a beauty again. No, it's not about beauty or anything else he stole from you. I'm scared of what he's given you. He shared his pain with you, and it took root and grew. There's a thorny tangle of suffering in your heart, and you are impaled on its spikes. Why is Latverk doing this? Because he is a madman. A blood-soaked lunatic draped in the raiment of a holy savior. A psychopath, a filthy deviant whose sick desires can only be sated by the suffering of his victims. What happened to you after you escaped? I have walked the path of vengeance since then. Calistria, patron goddess of all who have been wronged, has shown me I must dedicate myself to this path. I am the retribution that stalks villains in the night, paints the darkness red, and makes the streets ring with their pitiful screams as I end their miserable lives. Latverk deserves a fitting punishment. I will help you. Then go to his home and repay the man for his many sins. I will be waiting for you there. I will fall upon that deviant like the blade of vengeance itself. Together we will ensure that he pays for his crimes with his life. The hand's voice is pensive and sorrowful. I weep for her. I see how open and pure her heart once was, a shining beacon of kindness and mercy. But the pain and torments that befell her made her cruel. Anger burns within her, and she no longer knows what is good and what is not. I cannot and will not judge her. I mourn the innocence that has been lost. Find out pretty enough? She asked the girl with burned skin and missing fingers. Eh? By the way, hey Neryl. Haven't seen you in a long time. Great to see you. Alright, well, we're not going to deal with
Godspeed.
Latverk and Saint Aasimar just yet. I'm gonna go find what's his name. I am mostly lurking. Well, it's great that you were able to make it all the same. So I'm supposed to find Latvert somewhere around here, but like, I forgot where he is. I think he's just marked as like a slave. Or, no, not a slave. Beggar. Oh, here we go. Beggar raises his eyes to you, clouded by dull anger. What you want? Who are you? Beggar screwed over by fate. Can't you see for yourself? Tell me what you need or piss off. How can I find Zephyrian? Eh? Who's that? Never heard of anyone by that name. And if anyone has heard of him, they won't be telling you anyway. You might find a beggar in the lower city who would be willing to chat with you. But before you find them, you'll have worn through those nice boots of yours. It's one good pair of boots. It'd be a shame if you ruined them. How about you just give them to me instead? Maybe a small donation will jog your memory. You know what? Better be on your way. I don't need no money and no shady deals with you. Don't want to know who you're looking for. I'm leaving. Yeah, get lost. Look for this Zaf for that freak you're looking for somewhere else. If you want him that bad, ask around. Maybe someone saw him. But leave me alone. Can't beg you hanging around. Alright. And so it begins. Where I come.
Let us press on.
Yeah, go around and just bug everybody. Yeah, beggar. Nope.
We march ahead. Our path leads on.
Can't talk to them. Talk to this beggar. Alright. See. That always confused me. Why beggars in the abyss? I mean, demons aren't really the generous kind. I imagine it's because they just got nowhere else to go. Like, Illusionaire is pretty much the closest thing they have to a civil location in the abyss. And Illusionaire is also a spot where people aside from demons go. So, maybe they only bother begging from people that are clearly not demons. If they see a demon, they just leave them alone. That's my guess, anyway.
Godspeed.
Another beggar. Another beggar. Whole group of beggars. There we go. One that popped up. Right. The beggar unleashes a stream of angry curses. Look at this stupid Galarian strutting around and pestering everyone with his stupid questions. Can't even beg for alms in peace. What do you want? You doing this for laughs? There's not a beggar in the lower city you haven't harassed. What was it you wanted to know again? Come on, ask away, then piss off. Who are you? A dog of war mutilated and deprived of everything I had by the cruel Mendev Crusaders. Care to spare a coin? You don't seem too willing to share any information. Why should we tell you anything? Who are you to demand answers from us? Just strutting around badgering everyone, getting in the way of good honest begging. The only information I have for you is where you can shove your stupid questions. Have you heard of Zephorian? Well, maybe there was a fellow with such a name, or maybe there wasn't. I don't know. And the others don't know either. What's your problem with us? Go ask around in the middle city. You can even search for him in Shamir's dark hole, for all I care. Just leave us alone. Do you know where I can find Zephorian, yes or no? I don't know. And no one else knows either. Just leave us alone. Go ask the man in charge. Maybe he knows where the Zephorian of yours is. If he doesn't, then no one does. As soon as you see our gang, start asking around. Our boss never walks by himself. He always has a crowd with him. I have to go. Alright, go away. Go far, far away, please. And stop pestering us, would you? And then the leader's supposed to be around here? Yeah. The dead eyes of the beggars watch you closely. They hold out their hands and repeat with well-practiced enthusiasm. Spare a coin, stranger? Be careful with them. These beggars are different from the ones on Galarian. They were rejected even by the Society of the Abyss. Just imagine what type of person you must be if even demons don't want to deal with you. They are not as helpless as they may seem, and their leader is untouchable. They say even the Lady in Shadow sometimes seeks his counsel, and some say that it is Lucianera herself who has assumed the form of an ordinary demon in order to communicate with those who inhabit her. Do you know where I can find Zephorian? Actually, wait. I'll do the perception one. Look at the crowd closely. Does anyone know Zephorian? Some of the beggars seem to prick up their ears at your words. Noticing that you are looking directly at them, they reluctantly stand. You definitely managed to draw the vagrants' attention, but they do not appear to be in a hurry to share any useful information with you. See, to get this, I'd have to get an 18 on the die roll. Good fucking luck with that. Let's see, athletics. Oh, I guess I can just do perception again. Study the reaction of the beggars' faces. One of the beggars draws your attention, despite the pitiful rags covering his scabbed body. He holds himself a little more erect than the others, and a dirty but obviously expensive ring sparkles in his hand. Unlike the others, he looks at you without interest or greed, but with arrogant indifference. The leader of the beggars realizes you figured him out, but he continues to examine you with an indifferent look. His tightly pressed lips indicate he will not simply give you the information you seek. Let's see, diplomacy, intimidate, no, trickery. Yeah. Shake the beggar's hand and steal his ring. I can tell you're in charge here. And if you want your ring back, tell me where I can find Zephorian. Instantly turning pale as a ghost, the beggar falls at your feet and meekly mumbles, "That ring is a sign of my superiority. It gives me authority as the vice-regent of cruel fate and the shepherd of these poor souls. I beg you to return to me before they tear me apart, and I'll tell you everything you want to know." Glancing up at you, the demon somehow makes you feel paralyzed for an instant. The ring disappears from your hand. The beggar leader regains his composure and gives an imperious nod. The deal is sealed. The beggar leader picks at his ear with his knobby, dirty-nailed finger and then says, "A filthy pile of garbage once named Zephorian begs at the entrance to the battle bliss. The gladiator arena, that is where you'll find him." And with that, we go back. Oh wait, no, we're not going to the rotten guttery.
We march ahead.
Here we are. Inside. And off we go back to where the battle bliss is. And then we talk to him again. The vagrant is repulsive even by the standards of the abyss. His lumpy, scarred face makes you think he was put through a meat grinder, then shaped back into a semblance of his former body, and left to live out his life. His tall and once impressive figure has been shattered. His arms are covered in the protruding lumps of unset bones that were left to heal improperly. The beggar is clad in many layers of dirty, smelly rags, onto which hundreds of keys are sewn. From tiny toy box keys to a giant cast iron key that bows the demon's neck almost to the ground. "So you're looking for Zephorian? He's long dead, but that doesn't seem to be stopping you. Well, so what do you want with a dead man?" "Zephorian, the master of lies and trickery. I remember fighting him." "What do you know about Nehindrian crystals?" "There is a tale told in Illusionera, a tale about crystals that grant immense power. But what exactly are they, and from where do they draw this power? No one seems to know. I've seen something like it only once before. I found the first crystal on the Isle of Vazgar, and it seemed useless to me. It contained a great deal of power, but it was of no use whatsoever. I meant to give it to my patron, as he would have found the way to use it, but I never had the chance. Some feeble mortal mage managed to steal the crystal from me. He locked himself in a tower, examined the crystal, studied it, and managed to find some use for it. But he was under Nocticula's protection, so I never tried to hunt him down." The demon grins unpleasantly. "I bet you're thinking I'm just going to tell you the name you seek, and then you can rush off to have a chat with that mage. Not a chance. The mage wasn't a demon. He was a mortal who served Nocticula's arcane needs back in the day. Kicked the bucket long ago. All that's left of him is the tower in the upper city, locked and protected by magic. Many have tried to get inside in the hopes of stealing something of value, but they remained rotted long ago. but their remains. You know that long ago. No use talking about them now. Ah, but you're curious now. You'd like to have a poke around in that tower, wouldn't you? Perhaps you could find something of use in there, yes? Sephorian gives you a mocking grin, then sighs and takes a single key from his rags, handing it to you with a sweeping gesture. Take it while I'm still feeling generous. This will open the way into the tower. When I ruled the Lucianera, I made sure I had a key for every hideout and tucked away nook in the city. You never know when they might come in handy. Here, take this and get lost. No one will throw me a coin with you hanging about. Perception 40. Take a closer look at this surprisingly selfless demon. Something spiteful and vicious lurks in the depths of this beggar's eyes. It looks like a predator waiting in ambush, or rather a scavenger waiting impatiently for his prey's agony to finally end so he can enjoy his meal. Whatever his motives, this demon obviously does not wish you well, and is already counting down the minutes to your imminent demise. I remember. I've heard of this place. It's a tower, supposedly filled with treasures left there after the death of an ancient mage. But no one could prove there was any truth to these rumors, because not one of the daring adventurers who managed to get in never returned. The place is a death trap. Sephorian is probably just toying with us. He's pretending to be helpful only to send us to certain death. You're giving me a key just like that. With a philosophic shrug, I don't know how you shrug philosophically. The demon answers, yeah, why not? I don't need it, and I don't need anything from you, except for you to leave me alone. Now go on, get lost. The Isle of Vazglar. Where is that? Yes, Vazglar. A wild place in an island in Ishiar. Deserted. No one really cared about it. I had a secluded lair there, where I kept all sorts of nasty tricks for Nocticula. Anyone who'd found my den could have made a tidy profit. But not so long ago the island sank unexpectedly. No point in trying to look for it anymore. Why are these crystals called Nahindrian? Who knows? It's a whim of fashion. The thing is, they're not actually Nahindrian at all. Nahindri was a demon lord, the master of treasures, dungeons, and shiny trinkets. If he'd had crystals such as these, I really doubt Nocticula would have been able to kill him all those centuries ago. Back then, they were just called purple crystals. You're lying to me. You're trying to lure me into a trap. The demon's ugly maw breaks into a malicious grin. You'll probably die there. Or maybe you won't, and you'll find out what Shamira wants. It was Shamira who sent you, right? She was the one who turned me into Nocticula back in the day, and now she wants to topple her mistress and take her place. Just as I once tried to. That's why she wants those crappy crystals so much. So be it. Whoever loses this fight, I'll be the winner, and I'll savor the outcome. You, Shamira, Nocticula, may you all drop dead, tear out each other's throats, and strangle each other with your own intestines. You're all scum, and I'll piss on your corpses as they float by on the ocean of your blood. It's a colorful thing to say. Share your knowledge with me. I know a lot about Lucianera. and its current ruler too. Trust me, staying in power in this city wasn't easy. What'd you like to know? It's like, what did you do to fall so low? I was overly hasty. I had power back then, and it grew with every passing day. Lamashtu's belch. I was just a step away from becoming more powerful than Nocticula and toppling her from her throne. And why not? After all, that's exactly how she got where she is now after she took down that toothy old freak. Varia Vaxis. I was about to start my coup, had even found a powerful patron, Sakophanov, Nocticula's brother, who held a serious grudge against her. But before I had time to start, that sly mortal mage stole an important thing from me. A thing that could have shifted the balance of power. And then that red-headed little bitch learned about my plans. She turned me into Nocticula, and she struck before I could. I fell, and the red-headed harlot took my place. Ah, Shamira, I should have strangled you the moment you appeared in the abyss. You were stripped of everything you once were. That's terrible. I understand, I really do. But why did you decide to become like this? When someone takes away your past, you are free of it. Why didn't you want to become someone new? It's as if you were broken then badly glued back together. Do you really like living like that? Zephorian cackles hoarsely. Do you really think I had a choice? Do you think I wanted any of this? Everyone has a choice. You can leave this alley at any time, go to a place no one knows you, and become whoever you want. But for some reason you keep sitting here. It's like somebody who joined a bad D&D group and just doesn't quit. What do you think of Evolutionera today? It's the same pile of crap it was when I was in charge. Here in the Abyss, everything changes constantly, but nothing really changes at all. I could tell you how much better the city was when I ran things, but it would be a lie. Back in my day, it was no different. Just as I did. Shamira rules this crazy lot with an iron fist, subduing them through terror and violence. It doesn't take a genius to do that. You just need to be absolutely ruthless and have enough power to be able to drown any insolent scum in his own blood. Actually, it can be done by any brainless Descarite who can crush mountains, but can't count how many corpses are impaled on his spiky claw. Got any advice on how to survive in this place? The demon responds with fervor, the words positively bursting out of him. Do not trust anyone. And once you ascend high enough, be especially suspicious of the unexpected gifts that will suddenly start being showered upon you. No one here does anything without a reason. With a bitter chuckle, the incubus makes an obvious effort to stem this outpouring of hard-won knowledge. That's enough about that. Whatever you say, stranger. So, once you're dead, I'm leaving. With a malicious grin, the incubus croaks hoarsely as you leave. Enjoy your walk around the Lucianera. Wait, so Magus Tower in the upper city. Looks like I'll have to be taking a long rest after all. seem. Yeah, the Harem of Ardent Dreams is actually close to the one Azamar's place. So we'll go there. It's like a weird order to know this. Azamar's house. Latford. Let's see. Looking even paler than before, Latford greets you in a trembling voice. Did you stop her? Is Red Mask still a threat to us? The time has come. You will answer for your crimes. With a show of impeccable timing, Red Mask drops from the rafters, looking like a remorseless spirit of vengeance incarnate. She lands in front of the ashen-faced Latford, and in a harsh, damning voice proclaims, "The hour of retribution is at hand, scum. You will pay for each and every one of your crimes." No, don't touch me. May evil never go unpunished. And then down. This should be... Oh, right. Hostages, of course. My little birds, protect me from this vermin. I've come to enslave you once again.
Begone, fiend!
Alright, let's see. I'll make it so you don't actually use cleave against this guy. Aside from that, use this. The Azamar screams desperately, smearing tears and blood across his aristocratic face. I'm begging you, spare me. This disgusting trait, this addiction, it makes me hate myself. I was weak, but I swear I will no longer allow my weakness to harm anyone else. Bring me to justice if you wish, but spare me from your vengeance. Arushale gasps with bitterness and indignation. The blood of heaven runs in your veins. while others break themselves striving to be better, nobler, brighter. You, all those things were given to you by fate. You were born blessed. And this is how you squandered that blessing? This is worse than mere folly. This is blasphemy. How dare you? Let's see, I'm on a trickster path. Let's see. He's yours, deal with noise. Fit. Chaotic. Finish him off, you deserve death. Sadly, Gatsby is, or maybe not as sad, who knows. Good. Do not put him to death. We should be better than him. Thank you. I swear I won't hurt anyone. Not anymore. I will pray to Sarenrae to cleanse my soul of this terrible weakness. Red Mask interrupts Latverk's babbling with a swift strike that slits the Aasimar's throat, his blood spraying in a wide arc. Had the villain survived, the Avenger's furious words would surely have finished him off. You fell for his lies about justice and were about to spare this waste of flesh? This vile wretch? No, he must pay for his atrocities. Without further ado, the Avenger bends over Latverk. When she stands again, she is holding the bloody strip of skin that used to be the Aasimar's face. The woman takes off her mask and smiles with satisfaction. He took away my beauty, now I've taken his. Red Mask stretches Latverk's face over her own. Fixing it in place with a handful of barbed hooks she drives into her own flesh. Rivulets of blood run down the woman's neck, giving her a grotesque and terrifying appearance. You will take care of these young women, and I will take my leave. This corrupt city is full of scum whose wrongdoings remain unpunished. I will bring retribution to each and every one of them. Red Mask's laughter echoes eerily through the cellar's vaults, full of excitement and a lust for blood that can only be sated by more brutal killing. You did a noble thing when you did not abandon the weak in their hour of need. You have my deepest respect. Show the Aasimar girls a safe path to the Nexus. Go to my camp. The young Aasimar women exchange glances, then nod gratefully to you. Huddled together in a tight group, they set out in search of their promised shelter. They carry themselves with an air of grim determination to look after one another and find a way out of this terrible place. And let's see, Temple of Roses.
Godspeed.
I sense something.
Oh, let's loot Latverk. What's he got? A Kukri, abrupt end. Not bad. Shields. And who gets enemies with 2 weapons. Wing protection 3, cloak of +3, and then over here we have a secret path.
Let us press on.
What's in here? some gloves. The gloves of Enduring Wizard. Whenever the wearer of these gloves casts a level 7 or higher spell, you get 20 temp HP for a minute. Not bad, but I don't know anyone who's currently not wearing gloves that can cast such a high level spell. I don't know, maybe Ninio? What do I got? I'll hold on to this too. Oh, it's not important.
We march ahead.
Well, that's that. Next up, we'll go to the Rapture of Rupture. And there's something else that's supposed to be an upper tower. Oh yeah, Mage's Tower. We'll go to that too.
Our path leads on.
The hell is it?
Godspeed.
Okay. Hold up. Alexia's demeanor has changed since the last time you saw her. She looks at you with a mixture of boredom and irritation. When she greets you, her friendliness no longer seems genuine, but forced and insincere. Here is our long-awaited guest. The performance is about to begin, and there is so much new talent here today. I wonder if any of them will entertain me. She looks directly at you as she makes this last remark. Let's see. Who knows what will happen between us tonight? The demon glares at you indignantly. I hope you are not suggesting anything improper. I am not sure what you are trying to insinuate, but I would advise you not to be insolent with me. Alexia claps her hands imperiously, and one of the performers begins to sing a heartfelt ballad in a deep, velvety voice. Alexia looks tired, and her eyes are full of sadness. There is a wistful note in her voice as she asks, "Tell me, how did you end up here in the abyss? You are not one of us. Our ways are foreign to you. Why did you come to our world? I bring goodness and light to this dark place." That's enough. All this righteousness makes me sick. What are you, a holy book that's come to life? All you do is lecture me about love and beauty. It's all nonsense. I don't want to hear anything else about Galarians and their feelings. You're all excruciatingly boring. Alexia snaps her fingers in irritation, and magic sparks fly from her fingertips. The performers, who were unlucky enough to provide the evening's entertainment, begin to scream with pain. Their bodies change shape, density, and color. In a matter of moments, they have been completely transformed into a set of whimsically decorated furniture. The pieces of furniture creak sadly as if lamenting their bitter fate. Alexia's face contorts violently. Her beauty disappears and her features transform into something wild and animalistic. Her jaws expand, revealing her horrible teeth. "Guards, kill him! If you can't amuse me in any other way, at least you can entertain me with a fight." Uh-oh. Hold on. Now I'm regretting telling her to buy that.
I've survived worse.
I mean, if you keep that up, it's just gonna keep spamming when they at least. The only one left is the Bloody Freak.
Someone save me!
Let's see.
Did you see that?
Okay. Alexia regains her beautiful appearance. She wipes the blood from her pretty face as she screams desperately, "Mercy, in memory of the sweet moments of intimacy we shared together, do not kill me." Good. Lift the spell from the unfortunate people you've turned into objects. Free all of them now. And this is the price for my... And this is the price of my salvation? Well, they are free to go. These talentless and incompetent idiots. At least in my manner, they were of some use. But you can have them if you want. Finian's voice trembles with rage. Were it not for the commander, I would have chopped your head off. Turning living creatures into other things it's the worst of all crimes. I grant you my mercy. I am grateful for the gift of mercy, and I swear I won't seek revenge. I must admit, you have managed to surprise me one last time before the end of our brief affair. It's the last spiders. Got a scythe called the Annihilator. Whenever this king confirms a crit, deal 46 damage to all enemies in a 15-foot cone. Alright. Looks like I'll sell just about everything but the Annihilator. you get her amulet? No. No, I did not. Is it really important to get that? She tried to kill me, and then I didn't kill her in return. Maybe if I did, I would have gotten the amulet. That's the end of my involvement with her. Where the hell do I go for... what's it called? Not on normal,
Our path
but
leads
it
on.
is pretty powerful. Huh. If that's all, I should be fine. It's moving slow. You're moving slow there. I probably wouldn't have gotten much use out of it. Like, Seela and her mount are using half a pair. I'm using this one amulet that makes it so that all the ward spells I cast give a +2 to AC to everyone. Let's see. I guess I could have given the amulet to, like, Social or something. What's the amulet do again? If I remember right, didn't it say something like, in my first playthrough, it gave like a +2 to whatever your highest stat was?
My will is
Or am I
resolute.
thinking of something else?
Together we stand.
Cast cleansing flare. Then cast it one more time. Alright. Where... this is the tower, right? So we just have to get over here. Yep. And +5 on natural armor. Nice. Oop.
I will guide us.
Portal down. I don't really worry too much about natural armor bonus since I'm running around with bark skin.
Godspeed.
If I didn't have the bark skin spell, then yeah. Natural armor bonus from the spell would be pretty, or from an amulet would be very important. Yeah, it's some more stacking +2 to your high stat that makes it good. Sure, that's Palace of Incest and Degeneracy. That's the name. I'm pretty sure this is where the tower should be. Is this not where the tower's supposed to be? Alright, well, I'll just save and then click that little highlight there and find out the hard way. Oh, there we go. Mage's Tower. Looked like he was getting ready to jump off. Alright. Find some information.
I think I did it.
This inscription is written in an archaic elven script. You recognize the words "Stranger's Home." I see you and I implore Callistria. It appears to be some kind of protective spell against thieves, but has lost its power over the years.
Can't hide from me. Aha!
Let's start with those traps.
I finished here. Is there more? Something is not right here. I'm glad I was useful to you.
Okay. The corpse of a demon who was not smart enough to avoid a magical trap. The wreckage was once a magical golem. Judging by the many dents of on its remains, it was destroyed in a fierce fight.
I finished here. Is there more?
Move the body, and we go up. Second floor.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I will see this through. Defeat is
Performance lacking. You are lacking.
Alright. Done.
Can't hide from me.
Crocodile golems.
Maybe I did something wrong here?
These scrolls are impossible to decipher.
I finished here. Is there more?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I
That's the wrong
sense
way.
something.
That's the wrong way. Okay, wait.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
Something over there. Godspeed.
Oh boy.
I shall not be swayed from my path. I finished here. Is there more? Please, allow me. I finished here.
Alright.
Is there more? Something is not right here.
You gotta be kidding me.
I sense something. I'm glad I was useful to you. I finished here. Is there more?
And upstairs.
Something is not right here. I finished here. Is there more?
We march ahead.
In the pedestal, a faint purple glow emanates from the crystal-shaped hole. Its edges are chipped and cracked, suggesting that whatever contained was forcibly removed.
Can't hide from me.
I'm prepared.
Okay, go this way.
I'm
Go
trusting you.
here. Go this way. Alright. Let's on
I
this track.
sense something. I'm glad I was useful to you.
Locked out.
I finished here. Is there more? I will follow my dream.
loot. More loot. I think that's everything.
Our path leads on.
Aside from the door. Alright. You see a door, or you see a sturdy door in a stone arch in the middle of the room. The location seems rather odd, to put it mildly. Attached to the door is a tidy little metal bell, and with a braided pull. Examine the door to determine if any spells have been cast on it. You see spells enshrouding both the door and the bell. Judging by the nature of the spells, they belong to the Conjuration School. Ring the bell. Examine the door closely. This is an ordinary door. Judging by the intricate carvings on the door, it is of elvish make. The bell also appears quite unremarkable, though the bell pull is covered in an ornate pattern. There is nothing unusual about this door other than its location. Ring the bell. The door swings open and an ephemeral form appears in the opening. It looks like a soap bubble. On the other side of the door, you can just make out the hazy interior of a small trinket-filled room. The typical ambience of a Golarion inn. Clutching the door handle, a skinny figure falls through the soap bubble. The bubble contracts, then pops, dissolving into thin air. The door slams shut. Cautiously touching the stone floor, the unexpected guest rises slowly to his feet. It seems that the storyteller, for it is undoubtedly him, is quite surprised. Alright. Progress. The storyteller's head swivels around in bewilderment, his hands reaching to examine everything around him. Where am I? How did I get here? Who's there? I remember the sound of that breathing. Lindell, is that you? Thank the gods it is you. Where are we? And if you don't mind my asking, what brought you here? How did you get here? The storyteller listens intently to the sounds coming from the city. A good question. Judging by the demon speech I hear, we are in the abyss, correct? Then I suppose I was brought here by a portal. It was most likely activated by you. This portal must have been charmed specifically to deliver me here from wherever I may have been. I hope it will send me back the same way. You are unlikely to have charmed it this way. If you had, you wouldn't be so surprised by my appearance. This means the spell was cast in the past, in my past, the one I'm looking for. I have to admit this finding is quite intriguing and perplexing. But this place where we are, it's a tower, isn't it? Yes, I'm right, a tower. Why did you need this portal? Thanks to you, I now remember that in the past I was the court mage of the Lady in Shadow. It was probably then that I created this portal to conveniently travel from the Abyss to Golarion. I came here looking for information about certain purple crystals, but I found you. The storyteller nods with understanding. You were looking for the heart of the tower. Yes, I studied its capabilities here in the Lucianera. You must have seen the socket it was placed in. Unfortunately, the details of my research are hidden from me by the gloom of oblivion. Perhaps if I laid my hands on such a crystal, I would see something else in my past. Do you know where to get one of these? Do they come from the mines, or maybe from the bottom of the sea? The elf takes out a delicate compass from his bag, the needle of which is slowly but constantly spinning. I sense the power we are looking for. My hands have touched it in the past. In the past I do not remember. I think a little divination will come in handy. I can set this little trifle to help you. Explore the caves here. When you are near the crystal, the compass will let you know. What do you think of Galfrey ordering me to go to the abyss? The storyteller purses his lips. I am not a politician or a military leader, but I have seen all sorts in my life. That's why I have some experience and know different stories. The story I'm watching now, it did not strike a chord with everyone. There are many in Dresden who are saddened by your departure for the abyss. There are even some among them who say, though in a whisper, that Galfrey was envious of her commander's glory and was in a hurry to be rid of him. But most do not think this. The majority praises the queen and expects her to lead them to new victories over the demons. It's quite possible that she will succeed. Right now, as far as I know, Galfrey is actively preparing for an advance to the west, into the heart of the Whirlpool. I see. The sense of recognition, it's truly astounding. I definitely used to live here, and if there are no other claimants, I'm ready to become the owner of this tower again. Be my guest anytime. How is Galfrey? It is impossible to tell by the storyteller's face whether or not he's surprised by your question. She's acting in a manner befitting the queen standing at the head of the Crusades. As for her spirit, that I do not know. But I could ask her on your behalf if you'd like. Please do. Then I will. Come visit me again after a while, and I will tell you her answer. Please examine the items I'm carrying. Oh, come on, I still can't get the cloak repaired? Alright, fine, whatever. Found a page that may interest you. Storyteller carefully takes your find. Yes, you are right. Another piece of evidence from the past I've forgotten. The old elf's expression becomes withdrawn. The storyteller clenches the page you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. My feet are covered by a crawling carpet of locusts. A few insects got under my clothes, under my shirts, down my back and my pants. They are crawling all over me, tickling my skin with their little legs. They will not attack until they recognize me as a stranger. My protective spells are guarding me, allowing me to deceive the pestilent denizens of the rasping rifts. I keep very still. I am but an observer, an uninvited guest who prefers to remain unnoticed. I hold my breath when Demon Lord Daskari swings his scythe over Izyagna. I feel nothing when Izyagna deftly avoids the blow and tries to strike Daskari in return. I am here by the order of Lady Nocticula. I must observe the fight and then return to Elutionera. The affairs of demon lords do not concern me. Why did Nocticula send you to follow Daskari? The storyteller shrugs absently. I don't know, and I don't want to know. My service to the Lady in Shadow is almost over. It's the 17th year of my life. in the abyss, and I'm already counting days to the end of my term. Who is Izyakna? She is a rising demon lord, servant of Lamashtu. She simultaneously inhabits 7 mighty ant-like bodies. Izyakna and Discari are always snipping at each other. Or sniping at each other. But they dare not enter into open war, fearing Lamashtu's wrath. The storyteller chuckles. The current fight is just a small quarrel, 1 in a million. Izyakna came to the Rasping Rifts with only 3 of her 7 bodies. I'm sure it will be easy for Discari to destroy the intruder. Where is your friend Kaini now? The storyteller's lips part in a smile. Here with me, of course. The stubborn lad refused to stay in Elutionera and volunteered to accompany me to the Rasping Rifts. He said he wouldn't miss such an exciting adventure for the world. His youthful zeal and desire to live life to the fullest seemed to make me younger too. Please continue. Rift Carver, Discari's scythe, swings up again. With a whistle through the air, it lodges in the ant-like head of one of Izyakna's bodies. Greenish slime splatters, the poisonous drops falling on my face. I keep very still. With a last convulsive movement, the ant-like body winces, tearing the scythe from Discari's hands, and jumping back, only to drop on its side and lie still. This loss will hardly worry Izyakna. To kill her, one must destroy her heart, which is hidden deep under Yanaran, a city in Lamashtu's realm. Disarmed, Discari turns to Izyakna's second body that is attacking him. I slowly turn to Kaini, who is sitting next to me. My young friend is usually easily impressed by such mighty opponents fighting, but the seat next to me is empty. Kaini is gone. The storyteller shivers and starts speaking faster. Forgetting about the danger, I look around for my friend. The swarm of locusts at my feet buzzes, displeased, but the need for secrecy no longer seems so important. Where is Kaini? After a moment I see him, and a treacherous shiver runs down my spine. My friend is standing over Izyakna's fallen body and reaches for Discari's scythe sticking out of it. What's so special about Discari's scythe? Rift Carver has power over the material of the plains. Discari made this scythe with his own hands from his mother's skeleton. It can cut rifts in the plains themselves. The Demon Lord used it to make the Rasping Rifts, his own abyssal realm in the plane of the abyss. Please continue. Kaini, stop! Don't touch it! I scream, throwing caution to the winds. My friend turns to me, his face baffled. I understand him to an extent. The scythe is able to rip passages between planes will certainly help us save Golarion. But trying to steal it is rash and stupid. We have nothing to defend ourselves against the Demon Lord's rage. Stop, my friend, before it's too late. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Discari lift another Izyakna's body and tear it to pieces with his bare hands. But I don't hear his howl of victory. The Demon Lord throws away the still body of his enemy and turns to us. The swarm of insects is biting my feet. Locusts cover my eyes, hitting me in the face, trying to get inside my nose, mouth, and ears. Nevertheless, I get to it first. I grab the giant scythe and swing it awkwardly in the air. Rift Carver is so heavy, my hands instantly cramp. I have no idea how I managed to lift it at all. I drop the scythe on the ground, but the damage has been done. Right in front of me there is a small rift, a wound in space. The smell of Elutionera's sewage comes out of it, a wonderful smell that brings me hope for salvation. I grab Kaini's sleeve and dive into the rift, only a moment before Discari's claws cut the air where we just stood. The storyteller catches his breath and wipes the sweat from his forehead. I angered a demon lord and my life was hanging by a thread. I'd never have thought that something like that could happen in my life. The storyteller shakes his head distrustfully. How many dark sides of my past will I have to find? I'm starting to fear what I might see in the next pages of my notebook. Tell me about the fight between the Scarians and of course it's all like he already did. There's nothing really new here. Thank you for the stories. Do you know what I miss the most about In the Abyss? My Prestidigipainter Golem. The storyteller sounds surprised. The golem? How surprising. Well, I can help you with that. No living creature other than me can pass through this portal, but a golem isn't alive. Allow me to try to bring your Prestidigipainter here. Have to go. I suspect it's difficult for you to carry out your mission surrounded by enemies. I would like to help. Unfortunately, I will not be able to bring your allies or reinforcements through this portal. Supplies, however. When I return to Galarian, I will buy some travel necessities. If you need anything, just ring this bell, and I will deliver them to you. Alright. I wish to replenish my supplies. That's something for you on. And take a look. Okay. What do I buy? Dragonfall. Don't even need to look up what it is. Just get the armor. Oh wait, it's weaker than what I have. It becomes a plus 13 against dragons. Also gives a plus 2 to attack damage and saving throws against dragons. Neat. Let me sell all this bulk. Pretty sure I have more than that. At the very least, sell the unholy spears, plus 2 scimitars, everything I have multiples of. Or that's just like simple plus 1, 2, or 3 weaponry. Yeah, plus 3 bardish. So composite longbow, sell that. I think that's it. I actually want to hold on to everything else here. Let's see, just 2 full plate. Breastplate, plus 3 full plate. Leather armor. Plus 1 amulets. So plus 4. Alright, we're plus 3. Plus 3. Okay, we'll get one for. We'll use one for Regil and Daron. And Nina. So I'll keep 3 of them. Yeah. Yep, okay. So we'll keep 3 of those. Let's see. So That's 3. That's 2. Okay, so 1 for Ninio. That's it. Alright. Looks like I'll save 1 for just Ninio. Any of those. Let's see. Anything else to sell? +2 Belt of Constitution. +2 Charisma. +2 Mental Flow. Alright, we'll finish up with that. Alright. Chainmail of Spiteful Barbs. Crushing Presence. +6 Charisma. Ability to push all enemies away. Suffer 1d8 caster level bludgeoning. Ring of Boreal Might. Oh, so it's the ice version of those rings that grant spells. Gloves of Martial Excellence. That helps unarmed attacks. Wait. Alright, so I could give it to one of them. No. Doesn't say natural weapons. Spirit Thrasher. Neat. Monk gear. Local virtue. Only works with a good monk, so no good for this build. Let's see. Might get it. Craft up to 8th level spells. Why not? We'll grab that. And you know what? No. Probably not gonna use that. A lot of this just really helps monks. Let's see, what else do we got? Extend Meta Magic Rod. 3 spells per day. No. Guess I'll get some diamonds. It's like there's good stuff here, but I don't know what to grab. Just from personal knowledge. Ah, screw it. This should be fine. Alright. Want to spend the night here. Of course, I assure you it is completely safe here. This place is securely protected against demons. Good. Right. Guess we'll just have everyone rest. It's so securely protected after all. Socio with Bill to help. That's it. Rest.
After everything that happened to you, you could have become a very angry person, but you didn't. Where does all your compassion and love come from?
I don't know. What about you? You're very kind, even though a horrible thing was done to you. You were forced to be a demon.
Right. It's not highlighted. There it is. It shows up on the mini map, or it shows up on the map, but it doesn't show up on screen. You can't just tab it for it to appear. You gotta hover your mouse over and get lucky. Then you can move to hidden page here in the Mage's Tower.
I will guide us.
On the page. Alright. Yeah, it doesn't extend anything, but it still counts.
Did I fail?
Godspeed.
Meteor dust and helmet. Another headband of rigorous training. Pretty sure he already has one. Yep. Oh wait. Is it +6 as well? Yep.
Let us press on.
And then a fancy dagger. The lethal conductor. bonus to use magic device. +4 bonus on touch attacks. Neat. Suppose that's it.
We march ahead.
Alright. We're gonna call it for now. Next stop is gonna be inside the mines. See if we can find some of those Nahindrian crystals. In the meantime, thank you all for joining me on this run of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. For the most part, it was a whole lot of back and forth throughout the Lucian era. Hopefully we can get some more stuff that, done. Yeah, hopefully we can get some more stuff done tomorrow. Alright. Hope